All right, friend, we are ready to record. All right, let's take a look here. Stereo, bidirectional, that's pretty cool. Monocardioid, all right, you can point right at the source, nice. Raw mid-side, what the? The beauty of recording in raw mid-side is that I don't have to choose a certain stereo width or whether it's monocardioid or whatever before I do the recording. I can make those decisions afterwards in post-production. Here's how it works. The mid-side recording technique has been around since the 1930s and requires the use of two microphones. The first microphone is pointing forward in a cardioid polar pattern, and the second microphone is right next to it pointing to the left and to the right in a figure 8 or bidirectional pattern. The Shure MV88 Plus has both of those microphones already built in. After you finish your mid-side recording, you have to decode it in the post-production process. If you record using the Shure MV88 Plus in stereo, it actually does the decoding for you. But if you record it in raw mid-side, you have to do the decoding yourself, and that's where all the fun is. So what we're seeing here is a recording that I did outside earlier today. Now, if you look, there's a left side and a right side. However, that's not actually what's happening in this recording. This guy here that says left is actually the microphone pointing directly at the front, my monocardioid microphone. This guy here that says right is actually the microphone right next to it that's pointing both to the left side and to the right side. So here's where the magic happens. The problem I have is with this microphone right here, because it's one microphone picking signal both from the left side and from the right side. So as sound is hitting the diaphragm on this side, it's moving the microphone diaphragm one direction, and as sound is hitting the opposite side, it's moving that same diaphragm the opposite direction. So how do we take that information and turn it into true stereo left and right? So what we have to do is a couple of things. Number one, we have to make a copy of the track that we already have. So now I've got two identical copies of that left and right microphone. Cool. Now what? Well, because sound is hitting that microphone in opposite directions, I can flip the phase. In Pro Tools, this is called invert. You go here, other, invert. I'm sure any other digital audio workstation will have some kind of phase flip, phase invert, polarity switch, or some other kind of way to do it. But I'm going to hit render, and you can see that now I had the same exact track, but this one is now inverted from this one. And here's the magic. When I'm done, I group them together so I can control them at the same time. And if I want just a mono signal, I turn them all down. Then it's just this microphone doing all the work, and the left-right microphone is completely silent. But if I take this original left-right microphone, turn it all the way to the left, and I take the phase flipped, the polarity flipped version of that same microphone and move it all the way to the right, and then combine them with the information from my mono microphone, I can create a stereo field. And how much of this side microphone combination I add changes the stereo width. The more I add, the wider that it gets. This is actually exactly the same as what your MV88 Plus is doing before you hit record in stereo mode when you're choosing the angle of recording. Because again, that microphone and the app are doing the decoding for you. In this case, you did the recording in raw mid-side, you set up your own decoding, and you have control after you've done the recording of how wide that stereo field is going to be. So here we go.